and AI to predict illicit finance, blockchain monitoring, and digital IDs they want them baked right into smart contracts. So the vision is this portable government ID credential that's going to be tied to your wallet. And if you don't have the credential, you can't perform the transaction. It's not permissionless finance at all. It's like a PayPal on chain with the government holding some kind of kill switch. Personally, I think KYC is unconstitutional. It's warrantless surveillance. It presumes guilt. It creates this giant honeypot of, private data that hackers can use. And we never needed it when we ran on a cash economy. Nowadays, you just have to give your ID for everything. So even so-called privacy tech, like the zero knowledge proofs, they don't really solve it because someone is still issuing the credential. So the deadline for these comments, the public comments, is October 17th. I know I'm certainly going to write some. I'll share them if you want. If you agree, with whatever I write, feel free to copy them and send them too. But if this goes through, permissionless finance will not be permissionless for long. And, it's DeFi today, but the same thought process could go into Bitcoin, and they could say if someone is using a non-custodial wallet, wants to cash out, they have to have the same digital ID in their non-custodial wallet in order for a custodial partner to accept it. So it's really bad. Wyoming just made history with the first ever state-backed stablecoin. The Cowboy State used FRNT tokens on Avalanche to pay a contractor, cutting settlement down from 45 days to mere seconds. So they're, boasting it's a 99% efficiency improvement. But with all that's going on with stablecoins right now, I just feel nervous about the state launching them. There's a thin line between the state launching one and then the Fed launching one, and then we're in this full surveillance state, CBDC kind of situation. But in this case, Wyoming has been such a wonderful state towards crypto. I don't think they'll use their powers for bad. Glad to hear that contractor got paid 45 days earlier. Maybe it's just a good showcase of technology working. As for the price, Bitcoin's at 112. The macro setup is looking a little heavy. Active addresses fell by 88,000 this week. RSI is slipping. Correlation signals like MicroStrategy and stock to flow were pointing lower. On the big picture, the Fed meets in Jackson Hole for the next 2 days, and it's going to be Powell's final speech. So some people think it's going to reset rate expectations, but the odds of that, they were 94% earlier in the week. Everyone just assumed, he's out, it's going to be rate cuts, that's what Trump wants. But now Polymarket has the odds drop to 57% of a rate cut. So we'll see what happens. On a global side, like inflation in the UK is looking stronger. The data out of Europe and Japan are already boosting their currencies. And so we're in what's called tightening financial conditions. And if you put it all together, risk assets like Bitcoin, they might be likely to stay under pressure. So my call for next Thursday, I'm just going to stick with flat 112,000. Maybe staying flat before certainly a next leg higher coming. But Saylor says once 10% of Wall Street is invested in Bitcoin, we're going to see $1 million a coin. So Wall Street seems to be piling in hot and heavy. But what do you think for next week? 112, higher or lower? Make sure to let us know in the comments, and have yourself a wonderful week. Thanks.
But censorship fulfills no dreams, and though we see the spam you fight, we won't hard code what's wrong or right.